Greetings, my fellow Earthicans. Now, before I press any further, please grant me the luxurious opportunity of apologizing to you saintly folk. Your quick thinking and valiant selflessness ensured my survival on that fateful winter evening, on which Duke Harvey Granger III arrived at my abode with a urine-loaded nylon stocking, his heart palpitating ravenously at the prospect of slaughtering a brown-colored adolescent in exchange for my life savings. The Tibetan police force received a record 14 trillion phone calls subsequent to my squawk of distress, and hence I was rescued within seconds, despite my residing more than 18 continents to the south of Tibetania. It is possible that it was the Rubri police force who came to my aid after I called to subject them to a rambling and disjointed account of my childhood spent as a bowling pin, shortly followed by a harrowingly descriptive third-person narrative of my teen years as a backup whistle for popular children's steam train icon, Thomas. After what seemed a jabbering eternity, several armed officers arrived to find Duke Harvey Granger III attempting to gain entry into my bungalow using what could only be described as a pubic hair sandwich. The police constables found me cowering in the basement, nestled like a hibernating ostrich on a bed of Beano annuals, my face buried deeply in the shell hole of little Mildred, her neck fat quivering in response like a plate of ground pistachio nuts held underneath the hair dryer. The officers informed me of Duke Harvey Granger III's capture, and at once I ushered them all from my home, and proceeded to learn how to play the bassoon using my rectal orifice. Yes, I am sure the Rubri police force no doubt had their part to play in establishing my safety. However, I am nonetheless certain that if it was not for your badger-like reflexes and your Irish upbringing, my sweet listeners, I would now be encased in the foundations of a freshly constructed council house. The only reminder of my existence, a poorly written obituary on page 95 of Auto Trader, size 4 font of Wingdings version 2. My name misspelled as 03 Reg Volvo, 80,000 miles on the clock, no engine. And so it is thanks to you, my dear friends, that I now resolve to turn my life around, turn it around like a gyrating cylinder of kebab meat. I feel as if I have been born again, probably due to having smothered myself in strawberry marmalade, a substance so viscous and lubricating that it bears an uncanny resemblance with uterus juice. Never again shall I resume my old habits. Habits so intolerable and chest-deep in unidentifiable filth that I shall not even speak of them in your presence. I am fully aware that no combination of words pilfered from my Collins English dictionary could ever salvage my trampled reputation, trampled underfoot like the once proud native antelope of Papua New Guinea, because of my past sins, ranging from little Mildred's forced deportation to the soiled land formerly known as Gibraltar, all the way through to the indirect assassination attempt on my recently rediscovered offspring. However, my pancreas yearns to repent for these unjustifiable misdeeds. I initially thought these actions had been performed out of a platonic love for my beautiful young tortoise, but now realize, unfortunately at too late a stage, that my felonies were merely a medium through which my libido could be emptied, sucked dry like a fruit sachet deprived of all contents. Its nozzle shook viciously until every last greasy droplet had been injected into my to-do list. I do not expect absolution for my regrets, but only pray that in future I have the strength not to mount my tortoise at the first sight of an approaching hurricane. Now that the formalities are finally behind us, I shall now proceed to explain what I have been up to since our last encounter. My son, David, has since relocated to his bastard dentist of a stepfather's castle in Winchester, and little Mildred and I have never been happier. We are still living on Windmill Avenue, which is a great convenience, as the local corner shop, aptly named the Windmill, stocks her favorite breakfast cereal, organic Dutch flakes. However, I was thinking of perhaps moving to the attic of the Toby Carvery restaurant in Cat's Hill, Bromsgrove, for the princely yet not unreasonable sum of €2 per month, as per their advertisement in local newspaper. The advertiser, I put the suggestion forward to little Millie, explaining my love of the area, it being the birthplace of national treasure, Sir Andrew Mackenzie, but much to my horror, she merely hissed at me and went outside for a cigarette. This was about 10 minutes ago, and in the brief few moments before, engaging in speech with you lovely folk. I contemplated having her spayed by Dr. McGregor, because she has been very feisty lately, I believe due to the combination of her entering puberty, and the recent decline in Microsoft stock value, a grand share total of which she owns 900 zillion. So, I wonder, dear friends, should I have Dr. McGregor give my baby Mildred an ovariohysterectomy, or should I simply continue this shell of an existence? No pun intended. Please leave any suggestions you may have in either the comment box available via this wild and dysfunctional beast known as YouTube, or alternatively nail a packet of Bourbon biscuits to my letterbox. It was a pleasure as ever to speak with you, my sweet listeners, but I fear that I must now depart. I see that Mildred is coming back into our cottage, and she does not like me conversing with people. Goodbye for now, my star-crossed companions. Goodbye for now.